to the second episode of Cooking with Kedle. Today we're going to be making jelly cookies. I will put the picture that I found on Pinterest here. This is the recipe we're going to use. I'll link it in the description as well in case you want to make it. Don't use this video as a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, in case you're wondering why I keep doing baking videos, it's because it's easy to have Kedle around while I mix ingredients. So that's why I'm not like cooking in a saucepan or anything. So according to my recipe, the first ingredient is 1 3/4 cups of flour. So this is 1/4, so I'm gonna put these 3 in, mix these. The next ingredient is 1/4 teaspoon salt. Now I can't find like salt just like by itself in my kitchen. I don't know why. Hi, Kedle. So I have like our salt shaker, but the bottom comes off. So I'm literally gonna like pour it out of our salt shaker. How much? 1/4. I'm not so good at this. I'm not so good at counting. Oh God, oh God, oh God. Is this working? I think it is. Okay, that's that. Okay, so I'm gonna put the flour and the salt aside because that's what it says to do. And now I have to put the butter and other stuff in there. The next ingredients are the butter and the powdered sugar. And it says to cream them. So I have this thing. So I'm gonna like mix it all with this, but I first gotta put it in here. I have to get a knife to cut the butter. So it says to cut it here, so I'm just gonna like cut it. Wait, it says 3/4, doesn't it? So if I cut off, wait. How much is 3/4? Okay, so I just did the math, and by the math I mean I looked it up, and I need 1 stick of butter and then another half a stick because 1/2 of the stick is 1/4. So to have 3/4, I have to have more than 1. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in like this. There we go, and now I have to go get another piece of butter. So now I'm gonna cut this one in half. I'm actually following the directions this time, by the way. So maybe you guys can use this as a tutorial. Okay. Kedle! Okay, so the butter is in there, and now I have to put 1/2 cups of powdered sugar. I don't think I've ever seen a recipe that uses powdered sugar instead of like regular sugar. But now I'm gonna use this and I'm going to mix it. I don't think I let the butter like sit for long enough, so I'll be back in a second when this is a little softer and I can actually mix it. I think I actually got it to be a pretty decent consistency. It's kind of like, it looks like mashed potatoes. Anyway. Okay, I've almost added all the flour. This is the last bit. It's honestly like a lot of flour compared to how much butter there is. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm struggling a bit. It's like strong, the dough. Is that like the word to use? Like, am I just weak or is the dough strong? Okay, I feel like for some of this, I'm just gonna have to use my hands, get a little handsy in there like last time, except this time, I'm doing it the way it's supposed to be, so y'all can't roast me. My microphone's thing almost fell. I'll leave it like that. It's not quite on, but it's close enough. Wow, I'm really messing up this poor mixer, but it's for the greater good. Bye, Kedle. It would be going a lot faster if I didn't have to dig out the dough from this thing. You can't even see. I'm not very smart. It is starting to look doughy though, and I think that is what we want considering this is supposed to be cookie dough. Oh. This is taking forever, so I'll be right back when it's done mixing. I'm glad that I looked at the directions again before making the cookies. This is 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm just gonna put 1/2 teaspoon in here, and then I'm gonna mix it up. There's an airplane passing. I'm sorry if it's loud. I don't know if the camera picks it up. I just have a regular spoon here. This is a really, really small spoon, but it's fine because the dough is kind of like flaky, so it works. And this is actually mixing really well. I think this is what the dough is supposed to look like because I think it's like shortbread or something. Is that right? It's just like 4 ingredients or 5. But now all I have to do is let it chill for a bit. I'm going to put this mixture into the fridge for like an hour, or maybe less if I'm impatient. And then we're going to make them into the cookies and put the jelly, whatever the directions say to do, we're gonna do that. So I will see you after this commercial break.
Is this you? You see what the problem is? He didn't have any flat wavelength merch. So stop by my shop and pick up a nice t-shirt or even a tote bag if you want. That way you can be drippy like this gentleman right here. Link is in my description.
And we're back. And the dough is all cool, and I have my parchment paper here. So now we're going to actually form the cookies. So the directions say to make like a small Kedle, why? You're gonna make a small like ball in your hand and then squish it a bit. And then you use your thumb, that's why they're called thumb cookies. And you're gonna put like a little divot in it. That's where the jelly will go. My thumb kind of messed it up, so I'm just like shaping it like this. But it's supposed to be like a little bowl, kind of. So that the jelly has real estate, free real estate to have what? So I'm gonna make more of these. I'm literally, let me spin this. All I'm doing is getting the dough like this and like squishing it in my hands. I'm doing it over the bowl right now so that it doesn't get everywhere. And it kind of, it like sticks together, right? It's kind of like flaky, but the direction said that it's supposed to be. So I guess I'm doing it right. And then you squish it down. I don't know why they're so ugly. I guess it doesn't matter what the inside looks like because that's gonna have jelly in it. I think it's because they're getting kind of warm, and so they're like flattening, and it's like a race against time to get them to be like big. So I'm gonna actually make the divots less shallow. Does that make sense? Here, I'll show you in a second. I'm getting dough everywhere. This happened last time. Like I had like a bunch of flakiness like in the pan before I even finished the cookie. This is a disaster. Okay. No, it's not a disaster. It's fine. Okay, so the cookies are done. I tried my best, I promise. But now we're just gonna pop them into the oven, and then when they come out, we're gonna put jelly in them.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
You guys, it is time. The cookies are done, and it's time to take them out and put the jelly in them. And then we can eat them. As you can probably see, the divots didn't quite stick with all of them. These two in particular are very, very flat. And these, well, you know what? It's fine. They look fine. And I wish you guys could smell them right now because they actually smell pretty good, like vanilla cookies. But now we're gonna add the fanciness, and that is the jelly. Okay, so I have 2 types of jelly. I have apricot, and I have, hold on, let me spin in my hand. This one, it's jam. I don't know, I think it's great. I just touched the cookies, they're not hot, so we should be good to just put the jam and jelly in there. So I'm gonna choose the prettiest one first, which I think is this one, and I'm just gonna plop the jam on there. As well as I can, at least, because there's not really a divot anymore. It's kind of just like I know where the divot is supposed to be. So there we go. These are definitely not the aesthetic ones from Pinterest, but they might still taste good. And that's really what matters, isn't it? So I don't know what to do with these flat ones. I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna put it on there. Ignore the burnt bit, it's fine. At this point, I'm basically just putting jam on top of a cookie because there's no hole to put the jam in. I made one that was a heart. I don't know if you guys noticed that while I was like making them, but one of them is a heart. So that one's red. I feel kind of yucky like touching it like this with my hands, but there's really no other good way to do this. Plus my hands are clean, so I feel like it's fine. Plus I don't care. Almost done. There we go. Okay. Is that it? I think it's done. I think this is them done. I mean, I don't know what else I would do, honestly. They look kind of good. But I guess the only way to know for sure is to taste test it. They honestly aren't cooled yet. Like, they just came out of the oven, but don't you eat cookies when they come out of the oven? I don't know. So, if I burn my mouth, don't copy me and wait longer. So, here I... thumbnail or whatever. Here I go. I missed the jelly. Hold on. Oh my god. It's a little flaky. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but it's so good. This review is probably gonna be like 5 minutes long. Unless I cut it down. I hope I cut it down. But oh my god, I have one bite left, but mwah. Make these cookies. Make these cookies. They're so good. Hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it, and eating the cookies, I did not expect them to be that good, but I definitely recommend the recipe that I'm gonna link in my description. I also have my Discord and a bunch of other stuff in there. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!